Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I am in the closet because, well, microphone issues have been present and I haven't really been able to do anything other than, well, write scripts and do graphics and etc. for upcoming videos, but hopefully that will be fixed and I will have something ready for January or February. We'll see. I hope it'll be ready, but I don't know. Anyway, I am in here because I ran a poll and asked if people wanted to hear me do a video on the new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer. Basically, I got a lot of responses saying, yeah, do it. And people wanted to hear my scuffed audio instead of text-to-speech, which is understandable. I don't really like text-to-speech either. But anyway, this is a super duper fast rundown of just things I noticed and speculation, thoughts, and just general wish list stuff. If you'd like more of a in-depth thought or analysis and etc., you should go check out the channel A Real Fungus, I think, unless I'm misremembering that. If I have got it wrong, I'm just going to put a screenshot on screen because I have a terrible memory. But they do a awesome long video on everything they sort of talked about or covered, and everything they kind of everything you can think of about this trailer with Doopy or Duffy, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, from Twitter. But yeah, anyway, let's get on to stuff that I noticed. Firstly, 3 new monsters, I think, plus a weird flying wyvern, snake wyvern, or something. There was the obvious pangolins that conduct lightning, the weird Gosharag rat things that were chasing the player. There were these little, Arc Conflict Nasus stuff wandering around. There were little birds as well, but I assume they're just endemic life. And there's also new, what looks to be Kestodon skeleton herbivores. I'm not entirely sure. And speaking of endemic life, I'm pretty sure that's going to play a massive part, considering we saw some riding on the pangolin things, as well as I'm pretty sure we saw some other stuff, but if not, well then it just won't show up now. Another thing we saw was a Rathalos glow up, considering how vibrant that thing looks. Way more than World, and definitely more than Rise. Other stuff, new map, Savannah/Desert. There's a coral looking area, but I don't know if that's actually just white looking rock from the sandstorm. Weather as well, speaking of, the sandstorm, it's got lightning, lots of visual stuff. I don't know how fast it's going to be, or how frequent, or how that's going to work, or how monsters and stuff is going to react to it, but it's there. The other most obvious thing is the new mount, which is, I don't know if it's a bird wyvern, a fanged wyvern, or whatever it is, but it's there, looks cool, looks very versatile. And speaking of that, it's got a light bowgun in the bag, as well as some other looking stuff. So who knows, maybe you'll be able to switch stuff out on the fly. The hunter also seems to be having slingers and scout flies return. So, tracking like World? Other stuff that I noticed were these weird lightning rod things, the weird glowing moon structure at the back. Lots of monsters on screen at a time, so that's pretty cool. There's a new petrified/Kimura weapon type thing that the hunter's using. I don't know if it's a longsword or a greatsword, could be either. Of course, the gliding that the mount thing does as well, kind of replacing the, I think, what was it? Left my mind now, but I'll put it on screen. And there seems to be an emphasis on circles and snakes for the logo. Next up is speculation. The hunter, I don't know if it's just new default armor like the Kimura ninja armor, or if it happens to be Puke armor. I'm not entirely sure. With the snake stuff on the logo, that could mean that there's quite a lot of snake wyverns, potentially even a flagship snake wyvern. And the circles, personally, I think they represent areas, how many areas are going to be present in the game. And speaking of areas, is it going to be open world? I have no clue. Could be. I don't know how that would work as a Monster Hunter. How quests would work, how time limits would work. Pretty much everything about Monster Hunter. Another thing is that there seems to be less distinction between small and large monsters, because unless those rat things are small monsters, I think it'd be a bit weird that what looks to be, I can't remember if it was 6 or 5 large monsters chasing you. Other thing, I don't know where the buddies are. I'm fairly sure Palicos will return, but whether Palamutes will, I have no clue. I hope they do, but whatever. And lastly, seasons/weathers and stuff. Will hot and cold drinks return? Will the mechanics from Dose make a return? I can hope so, but we'll have to wait and see. In terms of my wishes for the game, though, in terms of monsters, I'll just run down a quick few, and that would be Seregios, Zamtrios, Gammoth, Astalos, Monoblos, Darwin, Moran, and probably Celtis and Celtis Queen. Other stuff I'd like is a snow map with snowstorms. I'd really like a mangrove map in Monster Hunter. I really enjoy mangroves. In terms of difficulty, I'd quite like a 4U level difficulty. Please don't make decorations RNG, have a clean UI, please return the old invasion mechanic, and please don't have slap-on weapons. They were awful. And the final one is bring back So Tasty.
So tasty!
They had it in Rise, but they didn't have it in World. Bring it back. It's an important part of the game. And finally, just last thoughts. I'm hesitantly optimistic, especially if it's open world, because I don't know how that's going to function. I don't know how I feel about the new monster mount. I like it. I don't know how it's going to function or how that's going to affect gameplay, but whatever. The new monsters look amazing. I love the map design. I've always wanted a Savannah looking map since the Ancestral Steppe has been a thing. The music sounds epic. I really like the music. The lightning and futuristic-y kind of stuff, it's cool, but it kind of reminds me of the Monster Hunter movie, and that scares me. Because I really don't want to be a normal human transport to the Monster Hunter world. That would be horrendous. And finally, oh lord, the community's going to go crazy over this once it releases. Whether it's going to be a massive divide or massive coming together, who will know? I don't. But yeah, awesome. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to check out The Real Fungus. I really hope I'm remembering the name right. If I haven't, very sorry. And yeah, thank you very much for checking in to my silly little channel. Alrighty, have a good one.